Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, a seasoned litigator with over a decade of experience in Montana. Have you been injured in a car accident? If so, remember insurance companies want to give you as little money as possible. There's a reason why they have the biggest buildings in the largest cities. Don't let big insurance bully you. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today to see how I can help you get fair compensation for your injuries. The consultation's free and the fight's real.
Coach, could you start us off with an opening statement, please?
Yes. All right, this game was everything we thought it would be. Physical, it was going to be played through the paint. We talked all week long about paint wars, Weaver's ability to score in the paint, their ability to rebound in the paint, and even just get to the free throw line. So we thought this game was going to be decided in that area. I thought we started off really well, which was great. Got the early lead, and this just became a game of runs for us. They went on a little run, I think, in the third. We were able to kind of control it back by the end, and then for most of the fourth, I thought, our players did a phenomenal job of just finishing out the game. We got to the free throw line. I think somebody said we maybe missed one free throw. Is that right? One free throw by the end of it, and that's what we want. Get to the end. Let's win it from the free throw line because that's one of our strengths as a team. So just really proud of the way we battled. Again, it was really physical, and sometimes that takes a toll on you a little bit more mentally than it does actually physically. But we found a way.
Thank you, Coach. Now we're going to turn it over for questions for our players only.
Hey, Coulter Duana, Skyline Sports. You guys have won games at this tournament before, a couple last year. Did that give you some confidence coming into today?
Well, the group that we have, I think only 2 have actually been here. So I think this game is what gave us the most confidence, honestly. For me, just being here, I'm pretty comfortable in this gym. But I think as a group, getting this one under our belt is what's given us the confidence for the rest of the tournament.
Delaynie, she hit her first 5 shots, and then they started really keying on her. Did that open some things up for you, and how were you able to get going, especially in the second half?
But yeah, they're always going to key on Hannah, so she's obviously one of our best players. So I think we just did a good job of kind of playing off each other, and teammates did a great job of finding the hot hands when we needed it.
Perfect. My name's Simon. I'm from the University of the Signpost. This is a question that goes for both of you. Last year, you guys obviously got to a similar spot, right? You got past the first round, went up against a very tough Idaho State team. You guys are going up against the #1 seed Northern Arizona. Does having an experience like that last year kind of help prepare you for this next game that's coming up?
I definitely think it does, but again, this group, they haven't been here, so that's why I think just every day is a new day for them. We're going to gain experience as we keep on winning, and we're just going to go into it as every other game. We're going to get ready and prepare, and we'll be ready to go.
Absolutely. And then Delaynie, just kind of following up on that, what are some things that it takes to be able to compete against the #1 seed like that and get further in the tournament?
I mean, I think first of all, we have to believe that we can beat any team. Last year, I know, as Hannah said, our team is very different from last year, but they believed it had a similar situation, and you go in there with some confidence and you just play as hard as you can, and you buy into the scout and what we got to do, what the coaches tell us to do, and set ourselves up for success, hopefully.
Hannah, going to you, a great start to the first quarter, the 13 year for your 19 points in that first quarter. How important was it to get an early start, especially in a game like this where you knew it was going to be physical?
Well, I just wanted to be aggressive early, help our team out. I got some open looks, I put them in, and then everybody kind of followed along and things went good. And, feed the hot hand, we're really good at doing that. And then it was Delaney's turn, other people got involved. I think we just do a really good job, like Delaynie said, when people are scoring, we try to get them looks. So that helps a lot when you got teammates who know the situation.
And Delaynie, career high 29 points. You kind of mentioned it before about how Hannah got a hot start and kind of opened it up for you. Just what does that mean in a setting like this? To get a win early and to have a performance like that early in the tournament?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I mean, personally, I think it's a confidence booster. Obviously, I've never been here before, so it's a new environment for me, and then confidence booster for our team as well. And once again, I think that we just did a really good job of kind of taking what they were giving us, and we just got to keep that up.
Will Hopkins, busy today. You guys shot 55% today. What was it like? We talked about how the hot start got you guys going. Was it just confidence from there on out, just to keep shooting and know that the ball was going to hit the bottom of the net?
I think our mindset is always just getting a score and then getting a stop. I don't think we ever think about, oh my gosh, we've hit 4 in a row, like it's going in again. I think we just are dialed into the possessions game and how important it is to get that stop, get that score, and just piece them together, and ultimately that's how you win.
Yeah, I think we also did a really good job this game, especially of just taking high-quality shots. I mean, obviously you don't have that field goal percentage when you're not taking open looks and getting your teammates open looks, so that definitely helps as well.
Colin Coles with the Weber State Signpost. So coming, like Delaynie, you had coming in with big numbers towards the end of the game. How is it that you came into the mindset with them coming back, cutting the lead down to 4, and kind of transforming it into 9, 11-point lead towards the end of the game?
I mean, the mindset is like, yeah, we let them go on a little bit of run, but we just got to squash it, and we have to, get one stop at a time and follow that with great execution offensively. So, and just keeping our composure is huge too. I think we have a young group, so just being able to stay calm and collected and knowing that, hey, we still have the lead, that this isn't, we're still in a really good position and we just have to build off of it.
Thank you both. We'll now turn it over for questions for Coach.
Hi, Kristin. They both mentioned it, but the story all year was just how young you guys are, how many new players you have. So how have you seen this team grow, and what was it like preparing a team with 9 freshmen for the conference tournament?
We've said all year we have youth power, but we all know there's no substitutes for experience. So we did everything that we could. We have a young group that actually prepares really well. And that's not just from the basketball side, it's academics, it's everything. So I think, we only had 2 players that played last year in this tournament with us. So as they both said, a lot of new faces. We've only had 4 players on our team that ever played in a conference tournament. So we had a couple of the players share what the experience was going to be like. And I thought we were, a little revved up in the beginning of the game, but we've been that way almost all year long. Every place we've gone to has been new for almost 90% of our team. Every building we step into, every court. So this was a neutral court for us, and that was something that was going to maybe be to our advantage. We had some fans in the stands. We could hear them back behind us, which was awesome. And I just thought it took us moments to settle in and relax. I mean, we shot a high percentage, but I would also counter that with we turned it over quite a few times too. So we either were putting the ball in the hole or handing it maybe back to the other team. So a lot of pieces that, just allowed us to have some moments that allowed us to have success. But I'm proud of our players, especially the young ones that have never, we're going against seniors and juniors, and we have a lot of freshmen out there running around.
It looked like you guys might have a little bit of trouble going into the second quarter. Weber State engineered a run there in the first, and then you guys hold them to 0-10. How important was that second quarter from a defensive perspective?
We had trouble because we started turning over the basketball, and we were fouling. They were getting to the free throw line. The clock was stopping. They were putting points on the board. I think Daryn Hickock she went 6 for 6 in the first half from the free throw line. So there was just those moments that, we needed to grab hold of it. And I think they scored 5 points, right, in the second quarter. And I think we scored 12. I wish we would have scored 19 or 20 to really get that lead pushed up going into halftime. But again, their style and what they do, you can't take a possession off. It's literally like you're being attacked the entire game with their style of play. But I'm glad that we held them to the 5, and that 11-point lead means everything. Because at their place, the second time we played them, they went on a 7-0 run to start the third quarter. So you need every inch that you can to pad.
Coach, you kind of mentioned it, but Daryn Hickock held her to just 1 of 8 from the field. She got her up at the free throw line, 13 for 16. But holding her in was 15 points, especially as she started shooting. How big of a factor was that, especially knowing that she's third leading scorer in the conference? How much did you have to keep in on her?
I mean, I don't think we held her to anything. She did a great job. I mean, she got all her points from the free throw line and 15 points and 10. So she had a double-double against us. She's tough. She is tough matchup for some of our guards. She's very physical. And again, I thought she was able to bully some of our guards a little bit and just get to the free throw line with her physicality. So, I mean, I give her credit because there was moments we thought we had her contained, and then, she's making another move and getting herself to the free throw line.
And the second year in a row, you're going to be facing the #1 team in the quarterfinals, and you took NU to overtime. early in the season. What do you kind of need to do, especially with that experience last year against Idaho State? You know, how are you going to prepare for that?
Yeah, again, it doesn't really matter at this point of the year what we did last year. Northern Arizona is the top scoring team in our conference right now. So our ability to hang in there and score with them is going to be important. That plays a lot of pace and tempo. Their point guard, Regan, what's her last name? Skink. Phenomenal at controlling the pace of what they do. So we have this day, or less than 24 hours right now of prep. We did just play them maybe a week ago, I think on their senior night. And close game. What's happened with their games, there's been a quarter that we lose them in. So we got to figure out how to buckle down and play solid 4 quarters if we're going to walk away with that win.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, disappointing. The loss is disappointing. Final score 52-63. We were down by 11 and a half, I believe. Okay, so all even second half, even though we fouled down the stretch. We had to foul down the stretch, so feasibly we could have considered winning that. Second half, we talked about in the locker room, you know, inconsistent. Like that has been our story. Being inconsistent and not having everybody on the same page the entire time. Now, does that come with a young team? Yeah, but it's not an excuse. Like because everybody who's here playing right now, besides our freshmen, was here last year, right? So that's the piece, and that's what we talked about. You know, and I talked about to our players. I said, I have no doubt that we can fight. We always fight back. People can guarantee that we're going to fight back and get the game. So we can get knocked down and get back up, but how about taking a punch and still standing? Like that's the big piece that we have to get to. When we take the hit and we're down 6, we stay fighting. Instead of falling and going down 10, 12, 14, right? So that's what we have to learn from this experience this year. Because last year we could take a hit and we would stand back up, right? Our point differential last year was 2.3, not the case this year. Right, but it's a different combination of people, and it's learning. It's everybody learning what it takes to do this thing because this is hard. It can be one of the best things you do, but it's going to be one of the hardest things you do.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open it up for player questions.
We got Simon Mortensen from the Signpost. Jadyn, you obviously had a big night tonight with you had a lot of field goals, everything like that. Came in a lot of big moments. What was kind of that fuel for you coming into this game? Obviously, you guys got to that second round last year. What were some things that kind of motivated you during this one outside of just playoff time?
I think we know what we can do, and it just takes a lot of encouragement from my coaches and my teammates. They put a lot of trust in me to do what I do. I trust them. They're not going to steer me in the wrong direction. I use that as motivation and fuel. We know what we can do, so the goal is to just go out there and do it.
Monica, I have to ask because I was curious all game. Why 22 today?
Unfortunately, on a basketball trip, I had my dirty black uniform in my luggage, and Alaska Airlines lost my bag. Wow. They did, and they have not given it back. So I am now 22 on the road.
Yeah, that's the answer to that. Alaska. Put the whole entire name up there.
Guys, you struggled a little bit in the field, shooting below 40% in every quarter except the fourth. And then in the fourth quarter, you come out, you make that run, you cut the lead to 4. How did you find the confidence there at the end to pull within that much?
Because this is our last given game, so it's win or go home. So you have to find it within you to just keep pushing, keep shooting those shots that you normally make because they're going to fall. So that was kind of my mindset.
I was going to say, you just have to find a way. When you're struggling like that, you can't just stop shooting. I mean, obviously play defense, but you can't just stop scoring. For me personally, I was a little cold in the first half. But like I said, coaches, teammates encouraging me, shoot or shoot. You got to find that rhythm. You got to get back into the game.
And I think in the second quarter, I think we were 0 for 10, right? If I recall, we were 0 for 10 in the second quarter, and a lot of that has to do with maybe the pressure that's on, because they game plan for both of these players all the time. And we have to get the right players shooting the right shots. That's what it comes down to in that kind of situation. So yeah. So but again, that's a quarter where we have a donut. But if we continue to sit down and guard, then it turns into something different, right? And you guys can see that when we decide to guard, we forced 24 turnovers, but we didn't capitalize on the turnovers. That's the difference in that.
Daryn, kind of what everyone else mentioned, a tough day from the floor, 1 for 8, 7 turnovers. We did get 13 to 16 from the free throw line. Was getting to the line is sort of an emphasis, especially in this game, given what sort of looks that Colorado was giving you?
So for me, getting to the line is always an emphasis because I'm such an aggressive player and I really push the issue and force the refs to make a call. So it wasn't particularly anything different today. I just happened to not be making shots. So.
Restaurant Supply is proud to announce our sponsorship with basketball superstar Darian White to tell you about our brand new website and everything you can get for your home kitchen, including Cambro pans. Seriously.
Sorry, it's just habit.
All your cooking utensils, including bake pans. Seriously, stop it.
Just what I do.
So stop into one of our 3 locations located in Bozeman, Billings, or Great Falls, or stop at our website, jvrestaurant.com.
J&P Restaurant Supply. Savor the difference.
She even stole my line.
All right, Coach, when you're ready, we'll take your opening statement.
Really proud of the team today. We've been talking about harping on rebounding. Okay, rebounding was what's going to take us far, really, as far as we want to go. So really proud of the effort, especially offensively. Just getting crashing the boards, putting pressure on their defense. And then we were shot makers today. We showed up, played collectively. I think you can see that we have an unselfish team. 17 assists on 25 made field goals. So just overall, really proud of our team coming in. Great win for our program.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open it up for any questions for our players.
Esmeralda, given the way last year went and then how good you guys have been able to turn around this year, what's this win feel like at the conference tournament?
It feels amazing. Last year wasn't a season we wanted, and I think this year we took that and we put it on our shoulders. We were like, we're gonna prove people wrong, but at the same time, be us, be committed, and be truthful with what we value. It feels amazing. A dub is amazing in March.
And Jada, you guys were really aggressive out of the gates. What were you seeing? You hit your first 5 threes. Were you feeling it in warm-ups, and what was working well offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I try to bring my warm-up into the game. I think I was feeling really good at the beginning of the game and during warm-ups. Yeah, my mentality coming in was just to be aggressive, take my shots. I know that when I'm open, I have to shoot it. So that was just what I was thinking, just letting it fly instead of just thinking about it. So, yeah.
Esmeralda, do you, just from a player's perspective, I mean, you guys got out to that huge lead in the first half. Do you feel that it was a little bit of a sit back during the second half?
I think the first half, yes, was more powerful. I think we could have done better in the second half, but we stayed true with what we knew how to win the game. Of course, we have some things to work on. Of course, it could have been cleaner, but we still put it up. We still had fun while playing the game.
Any other questions for our players? Alrighty, you guys can head out, and then we'll take any more questions we have for Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, Esmeralda kind of alluded to it before, but especially coming off of last season, winning this conference, to get to here now where you win, you had the season that you did, and to win a tournament game. Just talk about that turnaround and what did it take to sort of get to where you are now, especially after last year?
Yeah, well, you got to have the players. That's where it starts and finishes. That's with them in our program. Their loyalty and their commitment to getting better every day. I mean, I think we told the story quite a bit. Alex covered it, during the game. But the reality is we gave them time off. It had been a long year with all the reschedules, whatnot. They battled, didn't complain. We saw the progress. It didn't result in W's, but we saw that you know, and a week later they're back in the gym trying to get better. And our coach stayed with us and believed in what we're doing. And I think, you know, I'm new at this. I'm only year 2, so I don't have all the answers. But the reality is, I think when you do it the right way, you get rewarded for it. And building culture and showing that we care about our kids, care about our players, I think goes a long ways. That's the bet. You give them a good student-athlete experience, okay, you treat them the right way, and hopefully they give you a great effort in return.
Hey Coach, did the game plan going into today's game really change when you found out that Bourne was going to be out?
I mean, until the tip goes, I don't know if she's out, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can see it. I've seen people wrap up the knee, put on braces. Like, until I see that they're not in the starting lineup, we're going to prep like they are. Okay, but the reality is that she's a big-time player, all-conference type of player, leader, and does so much for them. And so, absolutely, you know, they're going to have some different looks, probably a lot more sets than they typically run. So we had to adjust, absolutely. But until we see the starting lineup and the ball tips, we're going to prepare for her playing.
One last question for Coach. You played Montana State not long ago, so is there any carryover from that, and what do you think of the matchup?
Yeah, I'm excited. We get another chance. We get to play another game. We're live. So I don't really care who we play. I'm just excited to be here. We're going to watch that again. We'll be ready to go. But against a veteran team that's played together for a lot of years, we're going to have to clean it up. Okay, we're going to have a better second half than we did this afternoon and make some shots. But I think ultimately we're just excited to have that opportunity to be able to prep and play better than we did. We had an okay showing. We were a little bit down at their place, and then we had a not great showing at all at ours. So we got some redemption to come back.
In just a few minutes, small business owners can now sign up for Blackfoot Communication Services. Whether it's dependable voice options or internet services, sign up simply by visiting blackfootsmallbusiness.com. Click on the services you wish, select an installation time and date, and you're done. Small business services at the touch of your fingers. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications and blackfootsmallbusiness.com.
Yeah, I thought we did a great job under the circumstances, especially on the offensive end. You know, we were really missing Callie and Casey defensively, you know, especially Callie Bourne. Just, she's our anchor for our team in so many different ways and our leader. But you know, under the circumstances, I'm very proud of how our team stepped up and played. You know, we could very easily win a 40, 50-point game today, but we didn't. We fought. And, you know, it has not been an ideal season, you know, in terms of all the injuries and weird stuff. But, you know, I thought our young team got a lot of great experience. They'll grow from all this, and we'll be better the following season. Great job by Portland State to shoot the ball. Thought Morales did a great job stepping up and making plays. Lewis paced them early, hitting 5 threes in the first half. You know, I thought they did a great job.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open it up for player-only questions.
And Laura, I think you had 30 and 15 today. Tell us a little bit about your game and how that kind of came together for you.
Well, honestly, I just have to thank my teammates because they were the ones that got me the ball. So I was very grateful that they were able to do that.
Right, I'm just curious, like not having Callie out there, which I guess you can add on if you feel like not having Callie out there. Tell us a little bit of how that kind of impacted the game and how you felt her absence out there.
Yeah, definitely. She makes a huge impact for us every game, but not just on the basketball court, but leadership-wise too. So that was definitely missed, but she was right there with us in every huddle and giving us advice just as the coaches were. So yes, we missed her on the court and everything that she usually provides, but she was right there with us the whole time.
I think her being out definitely gave us an opportunity to step up, and I think everyone played their part today.
Hey Laura, did you come into tonight's game with any kind of different mindset with Callie being out?
I just came out thinking that everyone's going to have to play harder today to make up for our leading scorer being out.
Any other questions for our players?
More just like emotionally, how do you feel like the team handled Callie going down, just kind of processing that, she wouldn't be able to go today?
I was honestly very proud of how we responded to it. Like, I don't think anyone felt defeated going into this game. I think we just all came out with the mindset of playing hard.
Thank you both. We'll now open it up to questions for Coach.
It sounds like she went down to practice on Wednesday. Would you mind kind of detailing how well that happened with her?
Yeah, it was just one of our drills that we normally run, a transition drill. She drove to the basket in a full court situation and got into the defender and just took a bad step and her knee buckled and she went straight down. And she's a really well-built person. She's strong. I think a couple years back she broke her collarbone, like a hairline thing. She only missed like 10 days. She is a really tough kid like that. And but when she went down the way she went down, I normally don't vocalize these statements. It's in your head. But when she went down, I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" Because something told me that you knew what it was.
Practice here or back?
It was in Popetel, yeah.
I mean, in your mind, like, what are you fearing the worst right away, or like, how did you kind of react right away?
You try not to, and this is not a good way to think, but the way the year's gone with, Lily not being able to make it back, Ivana getting hurt, Finley Garnett going down in the Weber game with the ACL. Something just told me that, man, I think I assumed the worst, unfortunately. That's not what you want to do. That's not how I reacted towards Callie. It's like, okay, hold on, let's get up, and let's see how it feels, and let's wait for the MRI before we make assumptions. But just in the pit of my stomach, it didn't feel good.
And then, when did you know that it was, torn ACL, that she'd be out?
We did a great job. I thought our medical staff did a great job. Got her to the doctor that night. She had an MRI the next day, and we knew by 2 o'clock on Thursday that her ACL was torn.
With Casey being out, it sounds like just being sick. When did you know about that? How did you play that impacted your game?
She wasn't feeling great in practice on Friday. She was dragging a little bit, didn't feel well. She already went through a spell with the flu-like symptoms when she wasn't with us at Montana State. And so she wasn't feeling great and got on the bus that afternoon after practice. And her symptoms just kind of kept escalating, but felt okay, went to dinner with the team. And then last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, she woke up with 104 fever. And then they had to take her to urgent care and all that stuff last night. Positive for strep, and got her on antibiotics this morning. So if I would have let her, she probably would have pushed through, but it wasn't a good idea, and she's still contagious, so she had to sit this one out.
Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, a seasoned litigator with over a decade of experience in Montana. Have you been injured in a car accident? If so, remember insurance companies want to give you as little money as possible. There's a reason why they have the biggest buildings in the largest cities. Don't let big insurance bully you. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today to see how I can help you get fair compensation for your injuries. The consultation's free and the fight's real.